Greetings there, travellers, it's me, Whenever Gimble, famous gnome bird, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Far Realms, and also Far Beasts. So, what are the Far Realms, travellers? A lot of people try to think of the Far Realms as kind of a cosmic dumping ground, as well as, the bit of space that's outside what we know. So, think of the universe as a giant egg. We have everything we know inside this egg. And for some weird reason, our egg keeps expanding. The universe keeps expanding, and that's more what we know. So, we have our universe. We live inside the egg. We know what's inside the egg. Everything works mostly how we think it's going to. Well, the Far Realms is everything outside this damn egg. And everything outside the egg doesn't work how we think it should. And creatures don't exist like how we think they should. And the beings outside the egg are far older than time itself. They're older than the egg. So you have a lot of outer gods out there and other beings of ancient lineage, and they generally don't care about all the other mortal species. They might see them as amusing from time to time, or think of them as somewhat of a plaything. But that's like best case scenario. Most times they don't even see us, and they just kind of, oops, wiped out a planet. So the gods decided, hey, this sucks. It's really hard to get anything done when you got frickin' outer gods just wandering through blowing up planets. So they figured, well, what are we gonna do? Well, let's put a giant shield around the egg. So they did. They put up a giant fence. They protected the known multiverse. And that's what it's known as, everything inside the egg. The known multiverse. And it was good for a while. And then something happened. The mortal species, well, they were given free will. And what's the first thing that something does with free will, aside from eat, sleep, and procreate? Well, they decide to do the one thing that the gods always wanted them not to do. They're like, oh look, there's outer gods out there. Be real thought if I could just connect to them and use the powers and get real strong and allow them inside the egg. And that's what the outer gods wanted. They're like, hey, build up these cults, worship my name, let me on in. And so, unfortunately, there's a lot of groups of stupid people. And so they started doing all these things. And every so often, groups of heroes, groups of, the gods chosen and followers and stuff would come around and just slap down these cults. But every once in a while they were successful, and that was the problem. So these creatures started coming in. And so the Far Realms was leaking into the egg, the known multiverse. So you're thinking, well, what's so weird about the Far Realms? Well, first of all, a lot of our laws of reality don't exactly hold water there. Like, for instance, gravity. Not always the case. Or how we perceive three-dimensional objects. Well, a lot of times they have fourth, fifth, and sixth-dimensional objects, and it kind of makes your mind go a little wibbly-wobbly. It's just a little too much for us to process. And a lot of the times, like, the landscapes will change instantly. Sometimes you'll just be in a void. Sometimes you'll suddenly be in a busy town square full of blank people. You might go into a forest and all the leaves are fingernails. Like, it's weird out there. It's so strange. And so it's basically like an eternal churning chaos of everything that the gods were working on. Gods tried this, gods tried that, and they keep dumping it out there. And so the Far Realms got really cluttered, and there was a lot of these ancient beings just kind of chilling, floating around, traveling through nothing, existing in nothing, slumbering for eons. And then they eventually started going, well, I want in this damn egg. How come I'm not allowed in? So that's why they're all trying to break in. So the Far Realms, this strange, chaotic land, this weird place that doesn't listen to our laws of reality and often breaks the minds of the people who are born and raised inside the egg of the known multiverse. It's unfortunately never-ending and incredibly powerful. And so every so often, things are slipping in. People are letting in things from the Far Realms. And a lot of these things that are let in are of the lesser varieties, and they're known as Far Beasts. So Farbies can be things from tiny, weird little gloopy things with like 80 eyes just rolling around, giggling endlessly, to, maybe some Shoggoth or a star spawn. Something quite large that could wipe out an entire city. And so, these things are brought in, and, varying Farbies are often created by these outer gods to be minions, or sometimes they just create them for the hell of it. It's weird out there. So these Farbies come in as agents of the outer gods, sometimes just recklessly killing everything until they themselves are slain. But sometimes they're smarter than that. Sometimes they start to plan. Unfortunately, the Farbies started planning really well and created a system called the Mythos Wars. And if you heard our other tale, Battle of the Chosen Few, that story, it all takes place during one of the last Mythos Wars. But the Mythos Wars essentially were like a giant game of chess. The Farbies would find a world, and they would establish a connection through various cults, and then these cults would connect with outer gods, great old ones, what have you, and those great old ones would then send champions, or choose champions among the world, or send more Farbies, or whatever they want, or just mutate the people for their champions, and then they play games of chess against one another. And not literal, like they didn't have a giant board where they're just smashing people against one another, although I have heard it happen. I'd say more like they were creating super soldiers and then trying to wipe each other out. And a lot of strategy goes into it, and essentially the goal of the Mythos Wars is whatever group wins, whatever outer god, great old one wins, they get that world, they get ownership of the world. And so the gods they got their hands full constantly trying to stop these Mythos Wars. There's been a lot of them, and that's basically how they keep leaking in. Well, one of them went real bad, and a lot of the people of the world decided to revolt, and they weren't gonna have it. They're like, screw you, this is our planet. Unfortunately, it resulted in the destruction of the planet. And the destructive beam wave sort of energy blast, it fired off right at the edge of the known multiverse, the egg we were discussing before, and it punched a hole right through it. And all the gods went shit, because obviously when there's a hole, things are gonna start flooding in. So the far realms started flooding in. All these creatures, these oogly boogly, started getting in, but the hole was too small for the outer gods and the great old ones to get in, but they were still pouring their agents in. So the gods, they went and they created a Lochraelta as a sort of a duct tape situation. They were like, all right, let's just get a planet, shove it in there. And you all know the creation story. If you don't, head on over to the YouTubes. Just put yourself in a tube and then you'll be able to hear it. So the creation story is that they shoved this planet there, and they put all this magitech, they put all these species there, all this stuff to hold the line, and they think this should do the trick. So Lochraelta basically is in the hole created by a Mythos War that's gone wrong, that on one side of it is the far realms that's constantly trying to leak in, and then on the other side of it is the known multiverse. And that's why so much weird stuff happens there in Lochraelta, why it's so bizarre, and why people act so all over the place and eccentric and are just okay with weird, is because the far realms is constantly trying to seep in. So this chaotic jumble of reality or unreality or whatever you want to call it is trying to basically push through Lochraelta, and it's not very successful. And so these Farbies, I spoke about them before. These Farbies they come in all shapes and varieties. But one of the common things with these Farbies is that they all have the same ooey goodness inside. It smells of rotting vegetation. It smells of like garbage, basically. It's this yellowish liquid, and no one's quite sure why. The researchers at the Nostradamus Corporation have been researching this for years, decades, but they can't figure out what it is that's inside these beings that makes this strange material. Because you could have a Shoggoth with a large, almost gelatinous-like, just it could change shape, giant gaping maws and eyes and a weird gobbledygook. Or you could have a star spawn, which is an incredibly large bipedal creature that, sometimes it has like a snake lower half, what have you, but it's a very advanced form of life. Or you can even have like strange dogs with no faces, like it's all just like bone and sinew. But they all have the same kind of blood, and it's this strange yellowish liquid. So there's something that's connecting all the far beasts, but no one's entirely sure what. Alright, travelers, that's basically the crash course we have on the Far Realms and far beasts. I look forward to seeing you once more. I bid you all adieu.
Welcome back, everyone, to Escaping Carcosa. We are playing the offline version, the Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. And if we'll go around and just introduce everyone again that we're here playing with, tell us who you are, where we can find you, and we'll go from there.
Hi, I'm Tenzin. You can find me on Twitter under Tenzin Days, like the days of the week, and my pronouns are they, them, so is my character Mauve, also they, them, and they're a 30-year-old art museum curator.
Very nice. And Jack?
Hi, I'm Jack. You can find me on Twitter at JackTrue, it's JAK_true, all lowercase. I'll be playing the character of Guy. Both me and Guy have he, him pronouns. And Guy is a private investigator who specializes in the paranormal and the occult.
Fathermo.
Hi! So my name is Fathermo. I use she, her pronouns. And you can find me on my Twitch, which is at twitch.tv/Fathermo. So it's FATUMAAAA. There are 4 A's at the end. And also on Twitter at twitter.com/FATUMAAAA_.
And Dre.
Hey, I'm Dre, they, them, and you can find me on Twitter as Dre Silvertooth, DREA, and you can usually find me GMing Bad Heroes. Here I play Fable, hardcore practicing pen tester who is here to break into all your computers and your buildings.
Greetings. This recap is brought to you by the Nostradamus Corporation. Last time, we saw our investigators introduced to the story of escaping Carcosa offline. These characters each went about their day, before slowly meeting up at Mole's gallery and learning about the existence of Carcosa online, as well as a PR gig that was happening over at the Museum of Pop Culture. Investigators first stopped for Thai food before they head towards the Mopop Museum, and there they ran into another individual, Nor, our 4th investigator. They had shared some food after having a strange interaction outside, dealing with 2 local coffee shops owned by a pair of siblings. While they were eating this food and dealing with Guy's snails and slugs, they saw something strange on a stream. They saw the streamer, Smiley, donning a newly acquired Nostradamus Corporation Carcosa Online branded headset to enter into the game, and behind them was a strange, masked figure. End of transmission.
So, you all just witnessed some weird, well, not you all, Guy and Fable, you just witnessed a weird little glitch in the Matrix, perhaps. You don't really know what you just saw, but you definitely saw something. Meanwhile, Mauve and Nor, you are none the wiser to this. You see your new companions for you, Nor, and Mauve, your companions that you are rather acquainted with. You see kind of a shift and their demeanor. How do you, Guy and Babel, how do you react to what you just saw?
Oh gosh, I didn't know this was a horror stream. That was creepy. I did not like that.
You saw it too?
Yeah.
I have to check it. Sometimes it's just me, but there was someone else there, right?
What do you... Smiley doesn't do horror... What do you mean a horror... Smiley doesn't do horror streams?
No, she definitely did. There was like a face and a hand coming out of the closet. It was very creepy. It was sort of a Phasmophobia meets Carcosa online situation.
It was a cultist, by the looks of it. I'm guessing it's probably some sort of Nostradamus cult. I'm sure there's at least 3.
It's not real, Jack. That was a thing that they did for, like, TV. I don't know why, whoever this person is.
First of all, who's Jack? Second of all...
Oh, I'm sorry!
It had to happen once today. It had to happen once, you guys.
And it was gonna be me.
The system glitches a little bit.
What did I...
Like, whoa.
Reset.
What did I just say?
Second of all, are you telling me, like everyone's always saying, that this thing was staged?
I mean, yeah, probably. What do you think it is? Do you think a cultist broke into the streamer's closet?
Broke in, teleported in, was there first, has been there for hundreds or thousands of years, and this is the first time they're emerging. There's many possible reasons why they could be there, but to our friends here in the room, no, I consider you a friend already, and we've known each other for a while, though you didn't know me. I should explain.
Hey?
We are friends.
Don't be alarmed.
We are friends on Reddit, and I tracked you down 2 years ago. Anyway.
Nora's not even paying attention. She's so focused on being like, what did you say was in Smiley's back? Because, like, Smiley's like a friend. So she's like, what's happening?
There was a cultist in the wardrobe.
There was a person with a mask in the closet, like their aunt who lives there or something.
I did not see any of that.
I feel like I'd be friends with Smiley for similar levels of streaming, so I feel like I probably have a way to contact them. So my mind goes, that's a little concerning. I'm just gonna maybe like they're in the game, maybe see if I can call them or see if I can try and just be like, because I think Nora's like, that's weird. Smiley doesn't do horror things. I think she's like trying to pull out her phone and not even paying attention to you guys. It's just like, let me just call Smiley to make sure that they're safe. I think she's actively trying to call Smiley right now on the phone.
And this stream is still up. So Smiley is now in the character creation part of the game. So the very beginnings of the game. And it looks like they're talking to someone named ST3V3, who's asking them about their, their kind of what they want their character, race, and class to be, and that sort of thing. Very fun, lighthearted little robot friend walking them through the character creation steps. And you can hear the stream outside of the game too, and the phone is ringing. She's not picking up. She doesn't even seem to register it, actually. You just think maybe she's too immersed in the game.
Nor, I think, just like Smiley's streaming. Smiley's an adult. You're probably safe, but is definitely a little more on edge, just because being a woman or someone who isn't essentially a cis het man in streaming is a concern. So I think she's a little more aware of, maybe she's paying a little more attention than she was before. I think before she was oh, I've watched Smiley all the time, I know what their content's like, I'm gonna eat my Thai food, drink my coffee, and kind of breathe. Now she's actively paying attention to more the surroundings now that Guy and Fable have made it aware to her. Let's just make sure my friend is okay.
I'm sure it's just some, PR stunt. They just want to get everyone's attention. I don't think anybody needs to worry about it.
And you didn't see it, Mo?
I mean, I didn't, but you two said there was a hand or a cultist. It's all, just a stunt.
Maybe I'm just spending too much time with Guy. No offense.
Well,
full offense.
I don't take that much offense, but never before have I been able to share my delusions with anyone.
Oh, no. This is the stage of friendship I never wanted to reach. Shared delusions. Oh,
Shared delusions. Now that would make a great album.
We're just awkwardly eating her fried rice. What? Who are these adults?
Overall, I'll take it as a compliment.
Okay, I could be a dungeon crawl right now. I could be a dungeon crawl. I could be doing a dungeon crawl. I don't want to be a dungeon crawl. I don't know what that would mean. I don't want that, though. I could be doing a dungeon crawl right now.
They kind of cut to a break on the live stream portion shortly after the character creation process has been completed and Smiley's new character is launched into the game with the glowing, spinning, pixelated, bright lights around them as they get launched to a certain part of the game. And then they cut back to just more, like basic advertisements and talking about the PR bit that is happening later on at the Mopop Museum. It's not too long from now. It's probably about late afternoon at this point. You all have been sitting and talking for a bit over your Thai food, and that really kind of shook you all up, Guy and Fable. Fable, you're wanting to get home and play this game as well, but after seeing that, you're like, a little odd. For you, Guy, it's you've been telling people about this stuff for a good while now. You're like, I told you.
He's probably sitting there quite smug and happy because as much as he says this stuff, it's rarely he gets to see something new and fresh that other people confirm is there. And so as he's picking a snail out of his Thai food, slurping down some noodles, he seems like quite content, quite happy, like he's chilled out since this morning.
Do we see these snails?
Yeah, I need to know if Nor sees these snails.
Because if we see these snails, I definitely would be like, why is this happening? Why? Why always with the snails?
If Nor sees a snail, she stands up and is like, why? Where did the snail come from?
Do we see these?
This is up to Guy. I believe from what I understood is that they are actual snails and slugs. That follow you around. So you all would be able to see them, I think, as long as if I understand that correctly.
To Guy, when they all acknowledge the snail, it calms him down even more. Whenever he's proved correct and he's not imagining stuff, he's pretty happy. Oh, it's just snails. They're about. Don't you have them? When you wake up in the morning, there's snails. You walk around during the day, there's slugs.
No, we do not.
Never once in my life.
Not even in.
Not at all.
Oh well.
No.
Maybe when you get older, you'll.
No. Never.
I hate that.
It is not an age thing.
Guy, just because you're afraid of technology doesn't mean the rest of us can't enjoy games. We've talked about this technology is neither good nor bad unless I somehow can't break into it, and then it's bad.
But you and I both just saw someone or something in this streamer's bedroom, right?
That wasn't tech, right? That was a person in their closet. I mean, that's the least tech possible.
Probably more concerning, though.
Yeah.
So you're already ruling out perfectly simulacrumed robot.
Yes, I frequently rule that out of most situations.
Fine, I guess it's one of the less likely options, but that's up to you, I suppose.
And Nora's just eating her Thai food like, I don't know how robots? She's like, I just wanted coffee. She's like very confused. Like genuinely very confused about everything that's going on. She's like quieter than you would expect her, I think. If you knew anything about her stream.
See, I think we should go to this PR stunt where Victoria is going to do her talk.
If we do, will you stop talking about it?
Probably not, but...
Okay, all right.
I mean, I was planning on going anyway. I have my own reasons to look into Nostradamus. So if you would like to do so, maybe not from 20 feet away and across the street, we could go to Mopop, watch, and peek and think about what, and just maybe perceive what they're doing.
Sorry, did you say critique? Oh, that is one of my favorite words. All right, I'll tag along for that.
Yeah, well, as much as that sounds like fun, I have a date with Carcosa online. So I will be experiencing Carcosa online as you guys hear someone talk about Carcosa online.
It's your funeral.
Thank you so much for offering me Thai food.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the least I could do.
I was thinking, Fable, I heard that you owed them Thai food anyway?
Oh, so much more than Thai food.
Oh.
Like thousands and thousands of dollars. But all I can get out of them is Thai food.
All right.
Yeah.
We don't have to get into that. That's not important right now.
Nor makes the mental note to ask about that later. She's nosy.
All right, Mauve, I will see you tomorrow. I will sit in the middle of your exhibit and once again ask for money. Guy, you going to be there? to protest.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'll bring you coffee.
So great. Yeah. See you tomorrow.
See you then, Mauve.
Well, I appreciate that.
Nice to meet you, Nor.
It was nice meeting you.
I feel like Guy hasn't paid for food or drink in a long while. Like either people buy it for him, or he will find a way to get it for free, one way or another.
Well, there you go then.
Sorry, Mauve.
Mauve money, more problems. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
Ba-dum-ba.
You all go your separate ways for the time being. Guy, Nor, and Mauve, you all decide to head on over to Mopop to go catch this PR gig or stunt or whatever it is. They haven't really gone into the specifics about it on the news, just that there's going to be a PR stunt. They're going to talk about the game a little bit and why they're proud of the development and what to expect from the game and maybe some other stuff. You don't really know. Nor, I imagine that as much as you would also love to be heading back home to play Carcosa Online like Fable, you still have not received your set. So you are tagging along with them as well. And Fable, you are heading back home. So home is not too far from here for you. So you'll get there pretty quickly as compared to the trek your fellow friends have to make on over to Mopop. So we head over to your home in Seattle, and you are eagerly heading home. You have your Thai food to go that you've brought home for Ryan, and you are excitedly getting where you need to go. You're like, all right, I finally get to play. I worked. I got free, but not really free Thai food.
I think they do like some totally unnecessary, like there's like a gate that opens, but instead of opening the gate, they like do a tic-tac up the wall to jump the gate. It's all completely unnecessary. They're just really excited to get home after a job well done today with Thai food that they did not pay for and play this game that they've really been looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. You make it to your humble abode, and Alistair greets you as you enter through the door. You're not sure if Alistair was attracted by the smell of Thai food or knew that it was you coming home. Maybe a little bit of both.
Hey, buddy, I am not giving you Thai food. We've been over this about Thai food. You can't have Thai food. It makes you throw up all over everything. No Thai food for you. Only cat food.
Do you want to kind of explain what your home looks like a little bit? I know that there are lots of plants and video games and cat stuff, but if you want to paint a picture per se, feel free.
That's a good summary. It's an apartment. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. One of the bedrooms is just full of cat furniture. So it's basically Alistair's apartment, or Alistair's bedroom, but also Alistair's apartment, if we're being honest. There's an unreasonable amount of plants. There's some books. There's like the living room is set up basically for gaming. That is what it's designed to do. And yeah, just everywhere you step is plants. I think Fable walks in the entryway and Alistair knocks over a pot. Fable picks it back up and just goes, every time, jokey, and just passes on through carrying Typhoon and goes, Ryan, I'm home. I got, Mauve got three sets of pad thai. I did eat one, but I did bring 2 home, so you could have, one, and then I'll have another one? Yeah?
You don't hear a response. You do hear the whir of the electronics on, though, and you imagine, maybe, Ryan is just pretty sucked into the game at the moment. You did say, go ahead and play without me. Maybe the surround sound on the headsets are really good, and she just can't hear you.
Okay. Fable sets down the Thai food and starts plating it, and picks up Alistair for a second, and kind of mocks Ryan like, I'll get out of the game for Thai food. Yeah, definitely. And continues to plate pad thai and heads into the living room with 2 full plates of pad thai.
And you walk into the living room to see Ryan using the dictated kind of gaming space, right? Playing Carcosa Online. She is inside of the game, looks like maybe just got a little bit past character creation and is roaming around with a handful of folks. Seems like she's already made some friends online.
Can I see it on the TV screen?
Yeah. So it's
nice,
up and running on the TV screen. It's kind of like, she's probably seeing this in game, but it is also popped up on the TV at the moment, the way you have things set up.
Okay. And she's sprawled out on the couch?
Mm-hmm. Like, kind of like laying down on the couch, like resting on the couch.
Okay, I think I try to pick up her legs and sit under her legs. Put her legs on my lap. Does that go normally?
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Okay.
It's... Like, if someone was sleeping, right, and you tried to move them, so it's not like there was any assistance there. It's kind of just, like, dead weight. But there's no resistance, either.
Yeah, I think Ryan's pretty tiny, so I think Fable just lifts up Ryan's legs, sits down, goes and puts a plate of Thai food on her stomach and kind of, like, slaps her on the knee, like, hey, come on. Yes, this looks very cool. Thai food, getting cold. Alistair is going to eat your Thai food. Come on.
And unfortunately, she still doesn't budge.
Hey, babe, what the fuck?
Everything looks okay, medically wise. She's breathing, maybe some, like, minor movements. Kind of like how when in REM you have, like, small, like, twitches and things like that, but not, like, actual movement. So there are those types of small movements, maybe on occasion, normal, slow breathing. But other than that, she's not responding to anything you're saying. She's not responding to you moving her about. It seems like she's just going about playing in the game as if nothing on the outside was interfering.
Does her body seem asleep?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Ryan is starting to look more nervous. I think they take the Thai food off of both their laps and set them on the floor and kind of grab Ryan by the shoulders and give a shake. Hey, this is not funny.
No response. Not any type of response. The headset on top of Ryan's head it's got that, that soft glow to it still. You don't want to really mess with it. You're afraid that you would hurt her in the process. You haven't opened yours up yet, so you don't really know how it works. But it's definitely odd, even with really great surround sound, someone should still be able to feel you and hear you while they're inside the game to a certain extent, if it was a normal VR video game.
And it's plugged into a wall?
Yeah, so it's like you have the VR headset and then like the gaming application that you put into your gaming system that you use, and that gaming system is hooked up the same way you'd have it hooked up to your entertainment system, but the headset connects to the virtual reality, which is the game that you're seeing on the television.
Babe, you're freaking me out really bad. I think Fable puts her hands over the plugs as if she's going to, like, pull the headset off or unplug everything, and then pauses for a second.
And as you do that, if you'll give me a...
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Go ahead and give me a listen.
I hate it. Okay. Oh, no. Well, this is both an oh, no, and oh, yes. I rolled over the number that I need to get. My listen skill is 40, but counterpoint, I rolled a 69. So I feel like I should automatically win.
Well, and if you do, don't forget, you do have luck. So you are welcome to use your luck to lower your roll into a success if you would like to.
And when do we get luck again?
So you will regain luck in a few different scenarios. So I can award luck for, say, really phenomenal rolls. So like a roll of 1 is the best roll you can roll out of a D100. You get awarded luck for that. You might get awarded luck for exceptional investigating, like if you see something no one else saw, or something really out of the norm. You made a really good roll and did really good investigating. I might award luck for that. And then outside of that, you will regain luck for...
I'm gonna die. Immediately.
No, thought it was gonna be me,
fast.
so...
I hope nobody got attached, because it's all for me, folks.
I'm attached to Alistair. You said there was a cat.
That's true. So Alistair should be alright.
Yeah, so at the end of the session, you'll roll a D100 for luck. And if you roll above your current luck score, then you can add a 1d10 to your luck. You roll a 1d10 and get additional luck. So at the end of this session, everyone will get to roll for that. So the other thing you can do is you can push your roll. So pushing your roll means that you can roll again, but if you fail, the consequence is worse.
I will push my roll.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Not terrified at all.
This is gonna be totally fine. Ha! I got a 6.
Okay, so it was a good choice.
I wasn't breathing. I was not breathing.
Critical listen.
That is definitely, yeah. You went from a failure to a critical.
Oh, damn.
So not only do you hear, as you go to unplug these appliances in your ear, you hear, and it sounds like it's right next to you, like immediately next to you.
I would like to punch in that direction.
Okay, you can roll the brawl if you would like.
I would like. Oh, it's so bad. I rolled an 86. And my brawl is 30.
Well, good thing for you. It seems there's nothing there. So you immediately jerk reaction, right? You swing around behind you to go punch from where you're hearing this whisper, seemingly right next to your ear. You punch air, from what you can see. You look around you. Nothing is there. As you go to punch, you kind of, which is unusual for you. You're very dexterous. You do parkour and jump from buildings, but you stumble over your own feet and you kind of plop down onto your bottom defeatedly. There's nothing around you from what you can see, but you do still hear a noise because you got that really high listen roll. And the machine, the VR headset, within the whirring, you almost hear voices. You don't know if it's voices coming from the game that are like bleeding through the headset. Maybe it's the other people that Ryan is playing with. You can't really tell. But there's a good bit of it as you sit there, and we tune towards our other three pals.
You're so evil. In the best way, but also why?
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Damn.
When narratively it makes sense, I'm going to pick up my phone and call Guy.
Yeah.
However you want to tie that in.
Definitely.
Greetings there, travellers. It's me, Wing Over Gimble, famous gnome bird, and welcome to the Travelling in the Seven Dice. Well, it's nice to have you here, travellers. We are back in action, figuring out what's going on with this escaping Carcosa group. But today we are following the offline crews you've been seeing, and there's quite a bit going on in 2050 Earth. You're all probably sitting there saying, what's life like in 2050 Earth? Well, I'll give you another fun fact. Currently, AR technology is being incorporated into everyday living. Often this is with the use of things like smart glasses. Though, it has been a bit slow on the uptake. People do like doing things manually, don't really trust having implants or anything like that. But it is a growing trend. AR is on the move in 2050. You may even see one of the characters, Nor, incorporate this quite soon. Have you been waiting so long for these episodes to come out? I mean, 2 weeks? Oh my goodness. But good news, travelers, you can head on over to the Patreon and go check it out. It's pay what you want, and you will get early access to the next episode. They are 1 week in advance, posted onto the Patreon. Check that out. So, you don't have to wait so long. You got the audio version right there. But if you want the video version, it will be out at the regular times, because it takes a long time to make these dang things. Also, if you'd love to support the show, head on over to the iTunes or Spotify and leave us a 5-star review on there to appease the algorithm gods. They grow hungrier and hungrier each day. Even though we keep feeding them their stars, they just grow and demand more from us. So, if you'd like to help out, head on over there, throw some stars into the never-ending void of their stomachs, and it'll help us out. Alright, travellers, let's see here. I got the radio working quite well last time. All you need to... you just punch it! Right in the side. See? There we go.
Bored of D&D? Want to try something else? Why not check out Control Group? We test systems so you don't have to. Using our patented mini campaigns along with one-shots, we test how far you can stretch systems with our unique ideas and broad storytelling. Our mission statement is to give a voice to those not often heard in the TTRPG community. So whether it be a system you've never heard of, or our testers being people of color, people on the LGBTQIA+ spectrum, we want to make sure our stories are broad, vast, and told from different perspectives. So whether you want classic role-playing or just big goofs, come listen to us try out systems, some of which we've even made ourselves. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, or head over to controlgrouppod.com. That's CTRL, just like the key on your keyboard. There you can find the systems we test along with easily accessible PDFs. So check us out if you're into Monster of the Week, Passion de los Pasiones, A Song of Fire and Ice, Lasers and Feelings, Gunsight, Void Worlds, Wizards and Wands, Stranded, Interstitial, The Last Shonen, and so much more!
You excited about any part of the road trip?
Well, we'll get the van started.
Hold on, do you think it's like cursed or something?
Come on now.
Did you just ask me if a car is cursed?
And we can read the postcards. I found these in the glove box of the van.
Marlon has a face of like, this shit's cursed.
I think they're all from your eternal light. If anybody wants to play any games, we can play Padiddle.
Let me finish shoving this Tesla off the little ledge here into a hole.
The horse's name is D'Artagnan.
Ah, Jimmy loves this town, baby!
Don't stop in this town, you'll die!
We can take turns seeing which states we see on license plates.
And you see the whole head has just been disintegrated, falls out a similar looking worm.
Get this fucking thing off me!
And we can sing songs.
Now keep your mouth shut. Look
well,
down.
Don't keep
your mouth shut.
And eat snacks.
Oh, now hold on now. That is deeply unpleasant.
Oh my, what is that?
I take out my bat and I start hitting it.
It doesn't say don't put it in your mouth. It says don't let it in your mouth. That's what I usually do in the car, but by myself. But I can do it together now.
I'm right excited about it.
Well, that sounds interesting. Control Group. Head on over there, check that out, learn some interesting new systems from that bardic group. Quite cool. Alright, travelers. I gotta clean up in here. We've been getting a lot of strange astral visitors, and some of them, when they drink, it literally goes right through them. Oh, it's a mess. Until next time, travelers, I bid you all adieu.
You all parted ways with Fable not too long ago. You know by now that they've probably gotten home, hooking up Carcosa online as well for themselves, as you all are heading to Mopop to go catch this PR announcement for Carcosa Online. And what are you all talking about? Are you still talking about what you saw? Are you all talking about the PR? Are you talking about your day at work, your day of streaming?
I think Guy is uncharacteristically quiet as he's headed towards this the Mopop, and he noticeably checking his shirt and his jacket and his hat for dirt and scraping it off and trying to do something with his hair, and then changing his mind, checking his reflection in windows that he walks past. Mauve is probably the longest you've seen him go without smoking, ever. Every window he's just sort of peering in at his own reflection, then looking annoyed, and then just continuing to walk next to you as a group.
So I think Mauve is just asking Nora about their streaming and stuff, because it's a category of creatives, so it's interesting enough to want to know about it. And if you're branching off into the political aspect of things, then yes, Mauve is all about politics. So they're just asking Nora about their opinions on certain things.
Granted, I'm wondering if what's one political thing you would ask Nora, because I feel like what Nora knows about a lot is gaming very specifically. So she's very much we talk about art, and I'm gonna be so the art in game was really cool.
Yeah. So we can talk about, women in gaming and how, what the situation is like there in terms of sexism and stuff.
Listen, when I tell you that all these boring ass men can sit there with their terribly pixelated cameras and get 10 times the views just because they're men on this platform is literally insane. People put so much more work and effort into it. And I think that like women, they get hate rated a lot. There's a lot of like just marginalized communities in general don't get treated the way that they should. And it's like this really big issue, which is like one of the things that I talk about all the time, which is why I try to like collaborate with like smaller like content creators who like are like not cis het white men, you know, trying to branch out, let people know that it's like this platform is for everybody. You are allowed to take up space and you should take up space. And that is like half of what I'm trying to do, literally all the fucking time. Does it work? Who knows? That's the goal.
That is a very, admirable goal, especially in your field of profession. I myself am a person of color, and I try my best to represent pieces of art that are created by other non-binary, other non-cishet white, artists, and and it's at the end of the day, yes, these are the ones that I help elevate in my gallery, but it's still about the art. So their identity is still more or less a secret, but I make sure that when I do choose certain pieces of art, that the money goes to this marginalized community.
As it absolutely should, and that's really good work that you're doing.
Exactly. So I'm so glad that we share that, because when I first heard about your stream over the radio, I was just like, who is this airhead? But I'm so glad that you have some depth in you, and it's refreshing to know that.
I don't think I've ever been called an airhead in my life. That's definitely a first. Definitely a first.
No, you're not an airhead. That was just my first impression, but obviously you're not an airhead. You're also a very complex, creative, such as myself.
While you all are discussing this, Guy, you feel a vibrating coming from your pocket, either in your jeans, shirt pocket, wherever you tend to keep your phone. Who knows? Maybe it's got a slug on it.
It's my phone is someone is calling me.
Well, answer it.
I would pick it up.
Nobody does this.
There's a first time for everything.
Mauve, answer it for me, please.
Why would I answer?
I don't like talking on the phone. You know this.
Nor grabs the phone and is like, "Hello." She like can't handle this conversation.
And right as it was almost about to go to voicemail,
hello,
you pick up and you hear Fable on the other end.
Guy, something is wrong. Something is wrong, and Ryan won't wake up. I don't know what's going. You're not. The guy on the phone.
I'm not. I'll give him. It's Fable, and she just like puts the phone next to Guy's ear and is like, "Speak."
Right, sorry, Fable. I thought you could be like a government or an alien or something. I always have to make sure someone else answers my phone for me, just in case. What's up?
I don't have time to unpack what that was. She won't wake up. She's playing the game and she won't wake up.
Who?
Ryan. You've met Ryan. She's playing the game and she won't wake up.
Right. It could have been your cat. Just making sure.
It's not my cat can't make my girlfriend sleep while playing a video game.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
You need to stop talking about how my cat is going to take over the world. He's pretty cool. He's not that cool. Listen, okay, this is not funny. This is not a joke. This is not crocodiles in a trench coat being the government. Ryan is asleep, and I can't wake her up, and I'm afraid to unplug her headset, and I tried to unplug her headset.
Do not unplug that. Do not unplug that headset. Whatever you do not unplug.
I got a hint about that when I tried to unplug it, and a voice was like, "Wouldn't do that," and I swear I actually heard a voice. This sounds like a thing you would tell me, but I'm telling God, are our delusions... Okay, Can you come over now?
Like right now?
Yes?
Sure. You're more important, I guess.
Well, what are you doing?
Well, we were going to go to the museum thing, but your thing sounds urgent.
It's a Carcosa thing?
It's a Carcosa thing, yeah. There's the Victoria Highland is doing a speech. Am I a good-looking man these days?
What on earth? Go there, and send someone else here. Send me Mauve or something, or Nor. We just met Nor, but send somebody here. But you go to that thing because you will see people in white masks or some shit. And if something is wrong, I need you to see it. Send somebody else to me.
All right, but whatever you do not unplug. If you have time to wait and waste, look up a movie called The Matrix. It came out in 1999.
I don't need to hear about your old movies. I cannot be alone in here right now. I just sat in my pad thai because somebody whispered in my ear. Get someone over here now.
Right, I will. Mauve, Nua, you both might want to go over to Fable's house.
Why?
Things are bad. Ryan is using Carcosa online and is probably dead, probably too late, but you should
What?
check anyway.
Shouldn't you call
Let-
medics or someone's? What am I gonna do with the dead? Wait.
If you want to call a government agency, you can do that when you're at least 100 yards away from me.
Oh my goodness, let's just go. Let's just figure this. I'm sure it's fine, but let's go. And Mauve holds onto Nora's hand, like, let's get it. Let's go.
Nora doesn't move. Nora's like, with all due respect, I met all of you an hour ago, and whoever Ryan is, I hope they are okay. But I'm probably not qualified to handle this, and B, would like to go to the Mopop to figure why my friend potentially had a stranger in their closet.
I'm sorry, I just, I got caught up in the, the drama of it all.
Right, Mauve, go to Fable. Nor come with me.
I will go. I'm sure it's fine. I'm gonna go.
Nora, like, yanks her hand out of your arm.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah, that's
done.
fine.
And just starts walking. Also, she looks at the guy and is like...
Wait for me.
She turns to the guy and is like, you look fine. You look great. Let's just go.
That sounded like a lie, but I'll choose to believe it. Let's go.
Mauve, you turn around in the other direction and you walk back past the coffee shops and the Thai place and the museum that you work at, and you head over to Fable's house. Meanwhile, Guy and Nor, you are on your way to Mopop. Perhaps you take, at this point, you take some like public transit to get the rest of the way there, because you're kind of cutting it close for time. It looks like they're probably going to be starting soon. So at this point, you're trying to get there as quick as you can.
How far away are we from like if you guesstimate like blocks or distance, or like a distance? Because Nora's thinking like, can she just get one of like the city bikes and just quickly bike over, or would it be like a bus that she would have to catch?
Probably about a 20-minute drive, give or take. The presentation is probably going to start in about 45 minutes, give or take. So if you all bike really fast, you might make it there just as it starts.
I think what Nora does is she uses her cool tech glasses, and let me know if she can do this, and just calls a car, just like uses Uber, and is like, I can't handle this. And just calls an Uber and is like, here's where I am, come pick me up, this is where I'm going.
What does the interface of your glasses look like when you pull up Uber and pull up all this stuff that you're doing?
Doesn't look like any, if you're not physically wearing the glasses, it just looks like I'm moving my eyes around a lot, but essentially each of my lenses are two little screens, two separate screens, if you had a dual monitor kind of setup. And she kind of uses her physical, her where she's looking essentially as kind of the mouse. So she's if she blinks twice, she's clicking on an app or something like that. She pulls up the app and is okay, time to get into this place. A map shows up and she's here's where I want to go. She pins her current location, puts it that automatically fills into the app, and then is call cab, I want it here now. Chooses the most express one. She's I don't have time for this. I'm gonna do what I do best and just throw money at a problem, and I'm throwing money at this problem.
I would say either give me an electronics or computer use roll of some sort.
The real question is, are you going to let Guy ride in your Uber with you?
Yeah.
Or does he have to walk?
Oh, no, he'll come with.
I'm not opposed to tying a bike to the back of the car.
I rolled a 14.
You use your fancy little glasses you've got there, and very quickly are able to book and call up an Uber. Normally in an app, even with the way that apps have updated and excelled, it still takes a hot minute sometimes to get an Uber. Your Uber is there in 5 minutes flat, if flat. Right around the corner. And Guy didn't see you pull out a phone or anything like that. Guy, do you kind of know how Uber works, I'd imagine?
Definitely knows how Uber works out. That's a 2020s thing.
Yeah.
The glasses thing is new. He assumes telepathy.
Telepathy, I love that. She's gonna let you believe that for the rest of her life.
Or a brain implant, perhaps.
So I think when the car gets here, she texts a name, Here for Noor, I'm assuming. Wanted to check. Cool. Guy, get in the car. He just gets into the car.
If it'll get us there in time, fine. I wouldn't usually.
You hop into this Uber that you've called. The driver's just kind of making small talk with you all, and it's like, I see you're going to Mopop. That seems like there's a fun little shindig going on over there. There's a huge crowd.
Yeah, we're trying to make it before the main speaker goes on so we can catch what she's trying to say. You know, figure out what's happening.
The main speaker, ooh. Yeah. What are they speaking about?
There is a new game that was released. Carcosa Online. It's going around. I don't know if you are aware of it. By Nostradamus, if you know the company.
Yeah. I do know of the Nostradamus, as you say. I'm not super familiar with video games. I haven't touched a video game system since the Nintendo Switch. But
I understood that reference.
She would know what that is. She actually did history. Yeah. I have one of those in a display case in my room. Yeah, I have. It kind of just sits there, like a vintage little decoration. Don't really touch it much.
Yeah. You youngins in your retro gaming. Well, my grandson was talking about Carcosa Online, but I don't know. It seems kind of weird that you got to put on a whole headset to get inside of a video game. It just doesn't sit right with me. I like my video games where I can see them right in front of my face.
That is incredibly understandable, and I can see why you would. I can see why that would be a fan favorite way to play some video games. Yeah.
Yeah, you just cozy up on the couch with your Snuggie. You remember those Snuggies?
I remember those.
I think those are called
Five remembers.
cooties now because they're like cuddles. I think they're called cooties nowadays. Pretty sure.
Oh my god.
I was trying to combine Lyft and Uber, but I couldn't come up with a combination, and my brain was like Uber, and I was like, no, not that.
Yeah. So the new Snuggies are now cooties. You're welcome.
Sorry, Lucas.
That's canon.
That's canon.
No.
Yours fully sponsored by cooties. By the way.
Oh my gosh. You're reminiscing. Guy is particularly having a good time with this conversation, and Noor, you're a big gamer, so you're definitely familiar with retro gaming and stuff like that, and you all are having a pleasant conversation about tech of days long gone, and you slowly pull up to your destination. Unfortunately, your friend here has to kind of let you off a little ways away from the entrance, actually, because the crowd has grown so large that he can't even navigate through the traffic at this point. As you pull up, there is a large animated billboard that is on top of the Mopop Museum, kind of at the front and center of it, and it's set up so that it's centered to the podium and all that is centered to this large animated billboard as well. Looks like they'll probably put some sort of presentation up there or the like. You've got the podium and stage. Looks like it's one of those ones you can kind of set up, take down sort of thing. Hopefully it's sturdy enough, especially with this many people around. The gates are kind of those gates you see at music festivals. You think that they would have better gates considering the technology that we have available to us, but it seems like maybe this was kind of just quick setup, quick takedown, right? Get in, get out type of deal. But they still wanted to have the PR stunt.
Do I see a place where there are news channels or like a here you let it, you know what I mean? There's the crowd, and then is there a side where there are cameras and things of the.
Oh, for sure. A lot of the news stations though got here super early, right? Because they wanted to be able to be at the front of the crowd, getting the good shot of the speakers that are attending this PR stunt today and talking about Carcosa Online. So their vans are kind of parked, most of them towards the back to try not to obscure, but the vans with their equipment and stuff like that, those are going to be more towards the front so they can go in and out if they need to get extra camera batteries or anything like that.
We're just going to try and see if she can convince, if there's a security guard to let her in, because she does news and media things.
Ooh, that's true. As you all kind of pull up to this event, Sven, who is your driver for the day, says, "All right, you stay safe. I'm telling you, retro games is where it's at. But have fun."
I will. Thank you so much for getting us here, and thank you for the conversation. This was wonderful.
Do you have gum?
Gum?
Gum, yes. Chewing gum.
Yeah,
or
let's see. And Sven digs around a little bit and is like, "I got spearmint, and I got peppermint, and I got cinnamon," and just keeps like naming off flavors until you
Well, we'll both take a spearmint. Can I get one too? You chill with that?
Yes to all. Thank you.
So Sven pulls out 2 spearmint, one for Nor and one for Guy, and then also pulls you out a piece of each flavor that he has, which is about 10 different flavors. There's some weird flavors out here. There's been a huge boom in the gum industry.
Put it on her tab. She's rich and famous.
Oh no, it's that's for you.
She does streams.
Oh.
They're not very good, but people seem to like them.
So we gotta go. Thank you so much for getting us here. I hope that your grandson gets to play the new game. It's good. And then he just like gives Guy possibly the worst stink eye he's actually ever received. Is strong, and just walks out of the car and leaves him behind a little bit. You can catch up if you want. I'm 5'4" and I walk fast.
Yeah, so Nor is heading towards like the media. There's like a little media table for people who do like news reports and stuff like that, so you can get a little media badge.
Yeah.
And I imagine Guy is maybe quickly following behind. Or maybe not so quickly.
You can try and find a good view of the stage.
Yeah.
To watch the show, and he's going to be looking very closely at everyone around to see what the atmosphere is like.
And are you gonna stay kind of a distance away from the stage? Like, what is your game plan here? Like, are you?
He's definitely going to stay a distance away, but he's going to try and once the things have died down, he's going to try and get into contact. But now he'll just hang out in the crowd, keeping Nora in eyesight if possible, and getting a good view of the stage. Probably standing behind someone taller than him to avoid being seen from the stage. But yeah, just waiting for the speech to begin to find out what's going on.
Nor is probably about adjacent to you, definitely within eyesight. You're getting set up. Mauve, you have arrived at Fable and Ryan's place.
Yeah, my car ride with the Uber was terrible. We did not get along. Every comment I made was refuted, and all I said was, "Isn't it a lovely day today?" And they were like, "It could be better." So it was not a pleasant ride for Mauve. But they hurried out of that Uber and rushed their way up the building.
As you arrive, do you give a knock at the door, or do you just barge in? Like, what is your relationship like with one another? Are you okay with at this point? I don't know what Fable is doing, if they still plopped on the floor.
Fable likes to barge in, but Mauve still has manners. So Mauve will knock politely.
Fable opens up the door, but in one hand she has a sissel pole, like a little cat scratcher that she's holding as like a weapon as she peeks through the door and then sees you and says, "Get the hell in here."
Okay.
Look at Ryan. Go look at, but don't touch the headset, I guess, but go look at her. Okay.
So Mauve goes into the room, the gaming room, I guess, and sees the situation. Says, "Okay. What's the problem? You said she's not waking up. Is that what you said?"
It shouldn't be like this. Like, when you put a headset on, you see the game, and that's very cool and all, but you can still hear the world around you. I mean, look how she's breathing. She's breathing like she's asleep. I mean, and Fable reaches down and lifts a leg, and it just drops. Like, when she lets the leg fall from her hand, the leg just flops. It shouldn't be like this. She should be awake.
Have you felt her pulse? Is it normal?
She's you do it.
Okay. And then Mauve, takes the 2 fingers and places it by the wrist to try to feel a pulse.
Yeah, there's a normal pulse. It's right in the regular range.
Okay, well, that's a good sign. doesn't seem like anything is of immediate urgency. Should we call the like an emergency? Like should we call the hospital? An ambulance?
I don't. Okay, so I went to unplug her, and I heard a voice tell me not to, and I'm worried if we call an ambulance, they'll unplug her, and also I'm worried there's someone in my house.
Oh, okay. You're not high, are you? Like, did you
I'm not
have
high.
something on the way?
Why do you always ask about my? No, I'm not high. I'm terrified. I'm high on terror.
Okay. Now you're actually starting to scare me.
And speaking of terror,
oh no, why are you this way?
So the TV screen still has the game pulled up, and you see that in the video game it looks like a storm is rolling in, and wherever Ryan was in the game before, you can kind of tell who her character is because there's a cursor, navigating the character on the screen. So you imagine that's probably her. And you see not only Ryan, but this group of individuals that Ryan was with, and many, many, many other players in the game just running, panicking. And the ground underneath them starts to crack open in the game. And skeletons start popping out from the town square and around the guild hall. And people are frantic. The players are running around. People are fleeing. People are pulling out their weapons, their magic that their characters have in this game. And Ryan is still sitting there, blissfully.
Shouldn't she be running?
Well, you don't run with your real body. You think about run.
Well, yeah, I meant in the game.
She's running in the game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's
that little that little person is.
Yeah,
running.
everyone in the game is panicking at the moment as the ground cracks and the skeletons pop up.
Mauve?
Yeah.
I have another one. Should I put it on?
I don't think that's a good idea. We don't know what's happening. We don't know if this is some like mind control thing or some,
You sound like Guy.
How could you say that? Obviously, I don't sound like. Don't ever say that to me.
Okay, I sound like Guy. I heard a voice and. Okay, so okay. Can you help me look around my place?
Of course. Yes.
Okay, here's a sissel pole.
Let's grab a weapon first. Okay, well,
it's a sissel pole. Yeah, I have knives, but that feels like a lot.
No, I prefer the knife.
Okay, you take a knife, and I'm gonna take a sissel pole because I'm not quite at the stage where I'm ready to stab someone. So I give Mauve a knife, a kitchen knife, and I take a sissel pole.
Yeah, and you all, do you just go like room to room? Or are you making sure there's no one in the house essentially?
I think I look in every closet.
Okay.
Yeah, and I check under the beds.
No.
Oh no, I did not like that smile. What was that smile for? Oh my god, not the beds!
I'm so sorry.
You are not. Don't lie. Get your D100
Not the
ready.
bed. Not the bed. Why did I say under the bed?
So you all are checking these various spots around the house, under the bed and the closets, and you all both meet in the room where it's basically just used as a plant and cat room. Is there a closet in that room,
Yeah, there's a closet. It's like there's like 2 twin bedrooms and like a Jack and Jill bathroom suite, so they're identical, and it has like a little closet, and it's like stuffed with plants and a cat tree.
You all both convene in this last room. You haven't found anything yet, and this closet is the last place to look. And if you all will both roll a listen.
I rolled a 35 and my listen is 40. I'm not sure that I want to hear. I listened really good last time and it wasn't great.
I got a 14. That sounds like that's good, and my listen is 30. Although I'm not really happy about it, to be honest.
I know.
I don't want to hear it.
So
I'm really figuring out this is the nature of this game. Is you roll good and you're like, did I want it?
You're like, did I want
Is
to
that
do
what
that? Did I find the thing? Yes. Did I want to find the thing? No.
No.
So Mauve, you actually rolled just low enough that you are able to perceive what you're hearing a little bit better than Fable is. So both of you, it's almost like you're hearing the game in the closet, and you can't really make sense of it. So you hear this chaos, this panic that's happening in the town. You hear screaming from the players of Carcosa Online. You don't know that's what you hear, but that is what it seems to be you are perceiving. You hear yelling and screaming. You hear the sound of bones clattering as these skeletons rise up from the ground. And you hear people unsheathing their weapons, sparks of magic and fire crackling. Mauve, Mauve, have you met Ryan?
Maybe like once.
So Mauve, you hear a group that has taken up a fight with some of the skeletons, readying their weapons and their magic. And you hear who you think might be Ryan. You're not sure. It sounds a little bit different, but it sounds like they're jumping in to the fight with these skeletons, and the group is struggling a good bit. And both of you, if you would give us our first resolve roll of the session. So for the listeners at home, resolve is our homebrew mechanic to replace our sanity mechanic. So it plays on the idea that your resolve has to be strong enough to endure what you are experiencing, that is of the cosmic realm or of the whatever you are unable to explain. So it works very similarly to the sanity rolls, but some of the mechanics are just a bit different. And they have very fun tech names, since we're playing a game where people are, playing inside of a VR MMO.
I should have gone to Mopop. Why did I? What?
And in a very tech-heavy Seattle. This is a treat.
As a treat.
As a treat.
Well, as a treat, I rolled a 27, and my sanity's 75. Or resolve, sorry. My resolve is 75.
So, yeah, the resolve number is 40, but I rolled a 25.
So we both rolled under. Now, is that good or bad?
That is good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
This has definitely shaken you both to your core, but you are doing as okay as you can right now. There's nothing in the closet from what you can see. No one in the closet. No technology in the closet that would be making this noise. And you both take a step back for a little bit, and you simmer on it. Guy, Nor, the presentation has started at this point over at Mopop. Victoria has come out and is basically just giving a briefing on what to expect from Carcosa Online and the process they went through making the VR headsets, and how excited they are about today's launch day, and that there are already many players in the game. As a matter of fact, according to the numbers that they're running right now, the servers are pretty full at 12,000 players.
Did she get into like the little media news area? I feel like she would have.
Yeah. So while we were over at Fable and Ryan's, you grabbed your media badge. You've got it hanging around your neck in a lanyard. Guy was kind of.
I have to like flirt my way in. Got it.
Guy was kind of making sure to keep you in his field of sight. But yeah, you pretty easily get the media badge. I imagine you mentioned that you actually ordered the game and haven't gotten it, and you're planning on streaming it.
For sure.
And the person at the media table would be someone who is familiar, with the gaming industry and streaming and things like that. So they would probably actually recognize you. You have a pretty decent following.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, absolutely. Like, just, you know the deal with media badges. Just
I think she's like Nora's very intentionally listening to any like strange comments people are making outside of like, oh my god, Victoria, oh my god, her again. You know what I mean? Outside of the like typical like, what is she gonna say? Like if there's any like strange comments or anything being made, that would be out of the ordinary.
Let's see. If you want to go ahead and give me a listen.
I rolled an 8. My listen's a 75.
Oh, oh yeah. You are hearing all the hot goss. You hear people who are like, "Oh, this game sucks." You hear people who are like, "What are you talking about? Like, I am so pumped for this game." You hear faint remnants of just other general gossip you would expect from a new game, right? Like everyone's gonna have their opinions. Some people are gonna like it, some people are not gonna like it. And among the crowd, you're listening in to all these conversations. Are you making your way towards Guy at all? Or are you kind of both just sitting in your spots?
I think I am definitely trying to keep Guy in sight because it's like I feel like I came here with Guy. Friends left him. I don't know if he knows how to go anywhere. She's honestly a little concerned about Guy and his ability to like self-preserve. So she's definitely keeping an eye on him, but I think she's moving her way further into the media crowd, trying to get like closer to specifically if there are any employees that were like kind of hanging around the front or anything. Like they're Nostradamus employees, kind of being like, oh, are they any of the game devs here? Like around that she could just like, hey, person has information. Dude's nosy.
You're shimmying your way through the crowd, trying to listen to all the things you can, and you come across about like midway through the crowd. You're pushing in a little bit more center, but still staying in a place where you can see Guy, but a little bit closer to the action, so to speak. Victoria's still up there speaking about the game, and you notice that there are a few various employees and security personnel, things like that, kind of placed strategically around the venue. And you overhear one of them talking and goes, yeah, my brother got the game and I checked on him before he got here, and he, like, I was gonna see if he wanted to like take a break and come to the PR gig with me, and he's not waking up, bro. He's still vibing in the game. I thought maybe he was just really into it. I let him chill there, but it's a little unnatural. Like I offered him pizza and everything. Pineapple, his favorite.
Nora definitely clocks the person who says this. She my glasses have a little camera feature.
Yeah, we'll say they have like a small, like not anything like supersonic, but like a little zoom in feature like you would have maybe on like an iPhone if you were to zoom in a camera on someone.
I think she like definitely does that onto the person whoever said that and kind of just like takes like a little quick picture of them.
A screenshot, okay.
A little screenshot, like what she's saying. Julie notes the fact that Fable called Guy in a panic, saying something about someone named Ryan being passed out or something about Carcosa Online, and is like slowly connecting the dots. And I think she's just incredibly concerned about Smiley now, like even more so than she was before. And is like, okay, there is an actual issue here. I'm going to keep pushing to the front, I think.
Guy, you're still kind of back where you were, keeping your distance. You can see very clearly the presentation screen. And at this point in the conversation, they're kind of showing clips of the game and things like that before they pull up a live feed from the game, along with the UI for the amount of players that is currently online, which is the 12,000 players. And you all see the same thing that Fable and Mauve saw. Skeletons overrunning the current area that they're focused on, and the players fighting. And Guy, will you roll me a spot hidden?
Absolutely. 80.
Oof.
Oh no.
Do you want to
your numbers are bad.
use luck, or do you want to just go with it?
I'm gonna go for a pushy roll.
Okay.
He'll pull a pair of broken glasses out of his pocket and put them on. 79.
1 point better.
Oh.
Probably not the 1 point you needed.
So nice knowing you, Guy.
So
He just perceives so hard he gets a nosebleed.
Literally,
Yeah.
oh my God, imagine.
so Guy, you're focusing really hard.
I think Guy is too distracted by the person on stage.
I see. So you are watching the stage, and you're watching the screen, and you're watching Victoria, and you are here to do the thing you do best, which is sleuth and get down to the bottom of weird occult shit. But unfortunately, right now there is someone right smack dab in the middle of your way, and you are not taking in anything that you want to. You are missing all the signals you would normally miss. You are just completely and utterly distracted from your main goal. And what you don't see is the flash of panic across Victoria's face as the skeletons seem like they are demolishing these players. The game just started. It should not be like this. Not yet, anyways. As the presentation sits up on the screen and they try to quickly wrap things up, it seems like, they're thanking everyone for their time and for coming out, letting media ask questions and things like that. And right before they're able to flick off the presentation, and it seems like the battle with the skeletons comes to a natural end and people retreat if they can, the little UI number in the top drops down to a 10,928 players online as the presentation shuts down.
Escaping Carcosa is brought to you by the Ballad of the Seven Dice Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by searching Ballad of the Seven Dice. Supporting our Patreon helps us pay for the show, such as hosting, equipment, and additional content for you to enjoy. Our Patreon is pay what you want and contains behind-the-scenes footage, audio dramas, one-shots, and more. You can also head over to iTunes and Spotify and leave us a 5-star review. Every review helps us fight against the horrors of the algorithm. Until next time, dear travelers,
Keep an eye out for that yellow sign.